Hello Internet, my name is Will, and hi. So if you guys don't know me by now, I have like about 800 and something videos on this channel. I don't even know how many I have actually, but I know I have a lot on this channel. And I recently started doing daily vlogs again, and I felt like I just need to get a little better at stuff. Basically what I do on YouTube is I watch a lot of videos. That's what YouTube is for. You watch videos and that's what you do. So YouTube is a fantastic website. Like it's a great website. It's a great website in terms of finding content. However, actually being like a person, doing all this stuff, it's competition and it's crazy. It's crazy. Now, basically what I wanted to say is that the type of videos that I watch. Some of the type of videos I watch, I love watching historical videos. I like watching videos where, like theory videos, video game theories. My favorite channel is Game Theory. I like people discussing about video games, so I look at like Game Explain and Game Grumps and just other small channels. And then, you know, I like a few little comedy videos. But one of my absolute personal favorite videos to watch on YouTube are talks. Now, one of my favorite channels that I like is called TED Talks. Now, if you guys never been to TED Talks at all, you guys are severely missing out. I've been watching them a lot lately, and it's fantastic. Basically what TED Talks is that they have random topics that somebody of expertise in that field talks about it. So if like you're nervous or if you suffer from anxiety, they probably have a video there. Suffer from depression, they have a video up there. You know, if you want to question religion or the fact that you have a religion and things like that and why it's important to have a religion and stuff, they have videos for that. And I saw a couple today. Last night actually. I saw a couple last night. Fantastic. One was basically talking about dealing with stress. And the guy was saying that like stress is just it gives you high blood pressure. You freak out under tense situations. He was really showcasing himself, and I kind of stopped this in the middle because I didn't think my boyfriend was interested in it, so we just kind of just stopped midway. So I didn't get to ultimately hear the final thought. So we watched another one, and he fell asleep on that one, so I was watching this one, and this was fantastic. It was basically about, you know, your dreams. And they say that 9 out of 10 people fail to live their dream. And they said, well, let me tell you, this person said, well, let me tell you a life hack that can get you from where you are now to where you want to be. And so what she claimed was, she said the most awesomest thing. Like, she said the coolest thing ever. She said, draw a picture of what you are now. And you don't have to be an artist, but literally draw a picture. Draw a picture of how you view yourself now, what upsets you, like, who is your partner in life if you have one? Are you single? Do you hate your job? You know, do you like your job? Do you wish you got paid more? You know, things like this. So think of things that your life persists of now. Then she says, draw another picture. Draw a picture of what you want to be. Really think about it. Look at the picture, color it. Color the picture in bright colors of your dream. And look at the picture, study it, close your eyes, and really take it in. There are 3 steps that you need to do to make this happen. See it, believe it, and do something about it. Those are the 3 steps. Now, of course, this is easy, and people say, well, it's not that easy, Will. It's not that easy. And it's not. This is why she says 9 out of 10 people always fail. because you're not following those 3 steps. You can see your vision. Like, let's say you want to be a business person. You can see the vision of you owning your own business. Sure, you can. But can you believe it? Are you doing something about it? You can see it and believe it, but you're not doing anything about it. You could be doing something about it, and you can see it, but you ain't believing it. See, the problem is that in our brains, she said something about, I don't remember if it was the left or the right. I think she said in the left brain, we're trying to protect ourselves from doing anything reckless. So what happens is that in this side of the brain, this brain constantly tells you, don't do it. That you are satisfied in the position that you're in. That, that you don't have it as bad. And that, that you're perfectly fine. So you can see it, but you don't believe it. And you don't do anything about it. So whatever. So she says, well, what do you do if you do follow those steps? How do you start a step? She said, simple. In order to see it, you're seeing it. By looking at the picture, you're seeing it. By closing your eyes, you're allowing yourself to slowly believe it. Sometimes that's the hardest part. But the more you look at the picture, the more that you see it. A lot of people have a tendency of seeing a picture of themselves. Like, I bet you, if somebody from the future came over and said, this is you in the future, and it's you exactly as you want to be, you would, because you have that picture in your head, you got this. If you saw yourself with the perfect body, you'll work towards that perfect body. It's just, that's how it is. If you see yourself in a relationship with kids, married, happily, have money, things like that, you can. But if you don't believe it, if you don't think that it can happen to you, because you have to trick your brain. So by showing it a picture, it's kind of believable. Even if you're not the best artist, it's kind of believable. Sure, it's a little pushover, and there's going to be people that are going to naysay what I say, and that's perfectly fine. Whatever, each to their own. But the hard part is doing it. So what do you do? Doing something about it. So let's say you see it, you believe it, and you do it. You do something about it. So what do you do? So let's say you want to do a business. Well, you ask a person, a friend. Let's say that you have a friend that happens to have a business, or a family member that happens to have a business. Or let's just say that you were able to go to a convention and got a chance to speak to a person who owns a business. You can ask. And you can listen. And you can take into consideration and see if you just put yourself in their shoes. And you make a few phone calls. You ask your boss for a raise, or you ask for a loan, and you just try it. Now, sure, there's a huge risk involved. Failure is imminent, but you got to keep fighting for it. Is it really what you want? Because, of course, your belief, anything can throw this course off of the balance. One day you won't see it no more. One day then you won't believe it. And eventually you won't do anything about it. And it just takes, you have to do all 3 of these at the same time. And if you are not doing those consistently, then you will fail. So I need to do this exercise. I need to do this exercise. I don't know. I really have to think about it. So it may take me a few days before I actually showcase what I want to do and what I want to be. And it may take me a while, because it'll be like me being incredibly vain. I don't want to do that, but I don't know. So once, I'm not a really good drawer. So just so you know, I'm not a good drawer. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I know that this isn't really helpful, but if you guys want to watch what I'm talking about, I would just recommend that you guys go to the channel called TED, T-E-D. And then once you're going to see like a channel there, click on the channel and just look at videos that pertain to what you feel at the moment. And it could really help you out. They're motivational speakers and some of the most biggest geniuses in the world. Also, I was seeing another video with a woman named Jane Elliott. Now, if you guys haven't heard who Jane Elliott is, she's actually a pretty phenomenal woman, but known as very controversial. Basically, what she does is that she's famous for doing racism tests. She does a social experiment where she puts people in racist positions. But she doesn't do it by racist like by skin color. She does it by eye color. So what she does is that she takes all the people that are blue eyes and she puts them in one group and puts them to be very uncomfortable. She automatically discriminates against those people, and she gets incredibly mean and rude to those people. And then the people who have brown eyes, she respects them, she treats them like equals, and she has them sit down immediately in a comfortable situation in a spot. She tells the people in the brown eye group to be mean to the blue eye group. Now, this is the part where it causes controversy because the majority of the people who have blue eyes are white people. So, part of the experiment is to showcase that people are that they're basically saying that white people are racist, but they just don't want to admit it. And even though that's not the exact definition of what it is, that's not what she's really pertaining. She's saying that there are that racism is taught. And the thing is that if you don't experience racism, like white people, they don't experience racism, she puts them in a situation where they do experience it so they can understand what it's like, even if it's for 2.5 hours, what it's like to suffer as a minority, what it feels like to be a minority, to be talked down to, because there's a system, and the system is meant to make people look like they're nothing. She said this really brilliant quote where she says, white people make all the rules and to control the minority. And when the minority catches on and that finds out that these rules are not right, then they force the white people to change it. And I have to say that that's a brilliant quote. Now, that's not the exact verbatim quote, but it is a quote. It's kind of what she said. The thing is that what this test proves is how much denial. So basically, she calls them rude, ignorant, belligerent, all these things like that. She will just say all these bad things to them. Now, if the white people retaliate, they prove her point. Now, this woman is white herself, blue eyes, everything. She is not, she's basically talking down her own race. And this test is highly effective. Some people get massively offended by it, and they don't understand because they say, I'm not racist, but you're assuming that I'm a racist, you're assuming this, you're assuming that. And they're like, no, I'm not assuming anything. What happened is that that's what you're assuming. And all these other things. Oh my God, she's brilliant. So brilliant. And it's such a great experiment. Such a great experiment. And it's an old experiment. Like, this was like back in the 90s, I believe. And then, you know, she's been doing this since the 1960s. The day after Martin Luther King passed, she started doing this test, and she did it with children. And only one teacher talked to her after that, because she's a teacher. A third grade teacher. She took a room of third graders and she separated them, blue eyes, brown eyes. And the things that these kids said the moment that they were segregated was crazy. Like, it was crazy. That after 2 days, she kept the experiment going after 2 days. And after that, they just showed how much kids can be taught racism and how to feel less than, and it was ridiculous because the whole class was white kids. But just because she said, hate the brown-eyed people, hate them, and she puts them in awkward situations, and she's like catching them in their own lies, like real quick, like this woman is snappy. I'm like, wow. She's amazing. And I would recommend that you guys look her up. Her name is Jane Elliott. Jane Elliott. Really awesome lady. Great, and definitely a huge, awesome person in this world. And a lot of people are not going to like her. A lot of people are going to disagree with her methods. A lot of people are going to think that she's too harsh. The problem is that people who don't get it, they don't get it. They're not going to get it. They're not going to, those people who just don't get it, they're not going to get it. It means that they're in denial. And she's showing you that. She's showing you that. That if you're talking or if you're saying all these things and whatever, and you're, that's not the point. The point is that if you signed up to be a part of this experiment, you signed to be a part of the experiment. If you choose not to partake in the experiment, then that is your choice. You have the choice to walk out. Basically saying that white people can choose to ignore the problem. A problem that they created. And that it's something that every household happens to showcase. Not everyone, I guess that's not the right word, but still, racism is taught. And that's what she's pretty much explaining. So, she's letting people experience racism who don't experience racism. And it's very interesting. So I would say definitely watch it. It's a really, really interesting watch. Now, of course, nobody's going to like... There's going to be people that are going to dislike this video. But if you guys want to see the video, look up TED Talks or TED TVs or TED Talks. TED Talks. TED Talks. And if you guys want to see the other one, Jane Elliott, like look her up and just like look at a few of her videos. It is so amazing. Like look for the one that's like 51 minutes. It's amazing. You guys will get like a complete like life change after watching that. It's amazing. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully with a drawing of what I want to do in my life and yada, yada, yada. So, bye-bye.